let's have a quick recap and then let's proceed further. So these are the points that you have to keep in your mind while solving the passage. First thing, skim the passage. Do we have done this? Yes or no? Type in comment box.
Yes, sir.
Right? We have done this, right? Through skimming, you will come to know what the passage is talked about, what the passage is talking about. That means main idea, or in another word, the subject. After identifying the subjects, you will look for the keywords that in which direction the passage is going on. Then you will identify the tone or perspective of the passage. And at the last, you will use the process of elimination, EOE, to get the right answer. These are the 5 steps that you are going to follow. You can make a mnemonics. It's like S, S, K, T, and E. S, S, K, T, and E. The first S is meant by skimming it. Second, subject, keywords, T, matlab tone, and E means elimination. Is it clear? That's it. Today, we will practice only these 5 steps in each passage, whatever we are going to solve. So if everybody is ready, please type in comment box in capitals, ready. Okay, great. And after some time, I will ask everybody to switch on the cameras. So be ready for that. Okay. So here is a passage. Go through it. Use those steps S, S, K, T, E. Figure it out. Try to skim it and try to write it 1 or 2 lines or 3 lines. Have a pen and a paper. Without that, everything is waste if you're not making notes. Okay. So you all can write the skimmed part, or you can speak here. You can tell me what the passage is all about. Yes, Ronak.
Sir, the skimmed part for at least me looked like census, lack of clarity, American entrepreneurship, jobs, recession, and ways to tackle as of now.
Lack of clarity about what?
Lack of clarity about how the future may fold out to be.
Okay. Preeti has said census report. Is it enough, Preeti? This might be a subject, right? You can speak, Preeti. Manyata. Tushar. What are these numbers? 5, 10, and 15. This is the 5th line, this is the 10th line, and this is the 15th line. These are for reference, because sometimes in the passage, you will get questions like in line number 5, what it refers to. Okay, Hardik? And we have a question, such type of question today. Okay, so it says the new census data reveals that unemployment numbers are more dire than previously suspected, right? It was not clearly given. It is not clear that the forecast for American entrepreneurship is equally alarming. An article is a major national newspaper suggests that. So this was the traditional way. You just skim the passage, try to figure it out. That's absolutely fine. But today we will try a different approach. First of all, have a look on the question. A primary purpose. The question is asking the primary purpose. So for this, you have to read the passage without reading the entire passage. This question cannot be answered. Don't worry about that. Second is, according to the passage, the reason that many college students, graduates are choosing to launch their own companies in the present economic climate is that the main reason why a college graduate is planning to launch his own company rather than doing jobs. This is the question. So what will happen now? You will specifically focus on the area where this part is discussed. Then it can be inferred from the passage that over the course of the recent recession, the number of American high value businesses found per year, are they declining or they are going up? So what happened? Let's say if I have not read the passage and I just went through the three questions. So first is definitely not giving me any clarity, but the two questions are giving me clarity that uh, it is talking about economic scenarios, companies, college, right? Businesses. So we got some idea, but it's still not the clear cut idea. For this, we have to read it now. An article in a major newspaper, national newspaper, suggests that the contraction in hiring at existing companies might result in more new companies being founded. That means the ratio or the pace of the hiring is decreased. Contraction means decrease, and because of that, as a result, new companies can be founded by those students who are supposed to do jobs, unable to find traditional jobs, instead opt to start their own business. So this line is important because this was discussed, right? Historical risky and where a recession may seem. If you find any such word, may, often, please. Everybody has a pen and paper. You making notes? Yes or no? Answer me yes or no. Making notes. So at least 3 pages. Make 3 pages only for when I ask you to write something down. You can say tips, you can say tricks. So, point number one, focus on any word which is not giving you exact clarity. For example, may, often. These are the traps, right? Here, you have to focus a lot. Second thing, you will come across just in a minute, may seem an unpropitious time for such a historically risky endeavor with no better options. Would be entrepreneurs have little to lose, right? They have little to lose. Unfortunately, the situation does not necessarily impact the economy positively, though the average number of the business started per year has been higher during the recession than it was before. The proportion of high value businesses. This part is important. Why? Because the question is based on this, right? There is a question based on high value business. Founded each year has declined. Each year has declined. So even if a business manages to stay solvent, it may not bring significant returns. Also, because of an inevitable dearth of an angel investor and venture capitalist, many new entrepreneurs are putting their own money on the line. In certain ways, the choice between accepting a traditional job and starting a business is not unlike the choice between renting and buy property. The latter requires a significant initial outlay and carries heavier risk, but the rewards can be equally substantial. So, can you please tell me this line is talking about what? The rewards can be equally substantial. This is referring to what? Yes, Hardik, suspect as well. Okay. So the skimmed portion is already, I have already written there. Just go through it so that your understanding can get, more accurate. So we are talking about, see, the entire passage is captured in these 4 5 lines. It says, census data reveals dire unemployment, yet American entrepreneurship's fate remain unclear. Reduced hiring promotes new startups as graduates opt for entrepreneurship amid job scarcity. However, recession-driven startups face challenges. More businesses begin, but fewer are high value, and entrepreneurship often rely on personal funds. Okay? That's it. These are the keywords: census data, unemployment, entrepreneurship, hiring, startups, and all. Right? That's all. So, can you please tell me the answer for question number one? Everyone, type your answer in chat box. B, C, D. Okay, we have multiple options. So let us discuss. We will follow the process of elimination. Without that, no answer would be solved. What are the two options that can be eliminated without any problem? At least two options. Please answer me. At least two options. So the primary purpose of the passage, propose changes in the way the public generally
It's A and
interprets.
E. Sir, it's A and
Okay,
E.
okay, Priya. Yes, we can rule out the first option because no types of changes are suggested there, right? Definitely. Can we hold the second option maintains that college students should form their companies, especially during economic recessions? Can we hold it out? B.
Yes, sir.
Okay. C says it presents a nuanced view of a contemporary economic issue. I think this is a good option. We can hold it. D says it evaluates the viability of low versus high value businesses under various environmental conditions. What do you say? Should we hold this? Please answer me. Shall we hold this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And E can definitely be eliminated. Draw analogy between career decisions and real estate. Not at all. So two options are ruled out. Now, I have asked you to leave 2-3 pages for tips or tricks. Write down the second point. Right? In the main purpose, when you are asked main or primary purpose of the questions, right? What options can be ruled out without any problem? If any option is an opinion, if any option is a suggestion, so there are 90% chances that these will not be the answer at all. Also, let's say this one thing is clear. In the main or primary purpose type of questions, any option which has an opinion or suggestion should be ruled out. 90% chances are there that will not be the right answer. Is it clear? Please answer me yes or no. Just type in chat box P2 clear.
Yes, sir.
Type in chat box P2 clear. Great. One more thing. Point number 3. It is related to the same primary purpose type of questions. In fact, this is applicable on mostly on all the questions. Please focus what I'm saying. Let's say the entire passage has 3 paragraphs, 1, 2, and 3. And then there is an option which covers information related only to one and the second paragraph, first and the second paragraph. That will not be the right answer, especially when it is main or primary purpose type of question. If there is an option that captures the information which is provided in the third and the second paragraph, that will also not be the correct answer. For main or primary purpose type of questions, only that option would be more relevant, which captures the information provided in all the 3 paragraphs. Is this thing clear?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, if yes, then please type P3 clear. If you want, you can take the screenshot and later you can write it down in your own words. Because these 3 pages that I have asked you to leave.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, could you just repeat that P3 point?
Priya, I'm repeating it.
Yes.
This is for everybody, so please focus. What I'm saying, these 2 tips that I have given you, it will mainly work in the primary purpose type of questions. Main purpose or primary purpose. First, if in any option, any opinion or suggestions are given, that will not be the right answer. There are 99% chances, 90% chances. P3 is, Let's say there are three paragraphs: paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and paragraph 3. And then there are four options: A, B, C, and D. Now, option A covers information which is given in the paragraph 1 and 2. It will not be the right answer. Option B captures the information which is given in the second and third paragraph. That will also not be the right answer. Option C captures the information which is given in the first and the third paragraph. That will not be the answer. Option D captures information which is given in paragraph 1, first, second, and third all. That means main purpose should cover all the aspects. Is this thing clear?
Yes,
These
sir.
are the 2 points. So please maintain this page that I have asked you. If any point, any trick comes, I'll ask you to write down here only. And before the examination, you have to just revise it. And throughout the sessions, throughout the duration that you are going to practice, you will follow this one. Okay. So maintains that college students should. If it is given should, that means it is a type of suggestion. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please answer me, right? So author is not suggesting anything. We will rule it out. C is definitely a good option. It says evaluate the viability of low versus high value businesses. So there was a line given about high value businesses, but it is not focusing specifically on low versus high value. So there is not any type of comparison made. We will rule it out. The best option here is C option.
Sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, what is the meaning of nuanced?
Nuance is simply a situation which is very delicate or subtle.
Sir, can you repeat the
Okay,
first
sir.
point?
Which point?
Sir, in which you specified about may and often.
Nothing. I have just told you that if in the passage these words like often or may are given, so you have to pay extra attention on these lines, what they are trying to convey. Okay. Next question. According to the passage, the reason that many colleges, just go through it and please answer. Please answer. Absolutely amazing that we have getting. Okay. The first step, not to jump on the right answer, not to figure out what is right. The first step is to eliminate at least two options. So what are the two options that can be ruled out? They are hampered by difficulty of finding outside investors. No, it is not the main concern, right? It is not basically about investors only. They cannot easily find positions typically open to workers of their experience. Yes, it is a very good choice. We can hold it. The prevalence of low value companies has increased. Can we rule out the C option? No, I find it is a good choice. They are forced to decide between renting and buying properties, not at all relevant. We can rule it out. He says forecast of the unemployment rate are likely to become less dire in coming years. Again, not relevant. Out of B and C, if you find out, the better option we have is the second option because it is capturing the essence of the passage. So B is the correct one. Next, it can be inferred. So inference-based questions are very tricky. That's why I asked you. From the passage that over the course of a recent recession, the number of American high-value businesses founded per year. Please answer. A, B, C, D, or E. Okay. What are the two options that we can rule out here? The two options that we can rule out. We are talking about high value businesses, and definitely they have not risen sharply, correct?
Yes.
Sharply or moderately. They have not risen at all. But again, there is a trap. There is a trap. How will you determine whether it is sharply or moderately fallen or risen? Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
There is no information given that is talking about sharply or moderately. And that is why all the four options are ruled out. The best choice here it can be may have either fallen or risen. If you have confusion, we can discuss, and there must be confusion.
Sir, can we roll back to the paragraph slide once?
Yes, we will go back to the paragraph. Read that line where it was given about high value businesses. See, this is what we have highlighted, correct? So what it says, though the average number of new businesses started per year has been higher, average number of new businesses is higher, correct? During the recession than it was before, the proportion of high value businesses founded each year has declined. So this decline is in which ratio, proportionate to what? This is not given. Did you get this point, everyone?
Right, sir. And did the question
Yes, sir.
revolve around specific number, like the number of high value businesses only?
Correct. And we do not have any data that tells whether it is sharply or moderately fallen or risen. And if you focus on the E part, it captures both the things. And it is talking about inference, and inference is always a guess, educated guess, definitely, but not definitely true. Inference means something that must be true, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, there are two terms. One is inference and the other is conclusion. The difference is inference is must be true situation, must be true, while the conclusion has to be true. Right? And that is why I asked you to be more attentive when you find out words like often or perhaps or maybe, right? Because they talks about the chances of certainty. Is everybody clear till now? And I believe everybody has opted either A, B, I believe any one of the four options, A, B, or C, or D. Nobody has opted E, correct? Okay. I hope you enjoyed. Let us solve one more passage. Yes, Manita, any query? Any query? Anybody? Anyone? Okay. So, after reading the second passage, you all will turn on the camera. Okay, you had opted a fifth option. That's nice. Let's proceed further for this. You want to read first, you want to read the questions or the passage? You want to read the passage first or the questions first?
So questions.
I will also suggest you to go through the question first. Okay. Again, we have a question, primary purpose of the passage. Okay, primary purpose. Second, which of the following can be inferred by the passage? So again, you will not get any particular information. It won't help you. Third is, the author mentions which of the following as a result of the supernova of 1604. So after reading the three questions, we have got information that it is talking about supernova or some geographical phenomena. But No particular information is there, right? You have to go through the passage. Go through it, skim it, write in chat box, and then also figure out the keywords. Okay, most of you have completed. Please write the skimmed version of the passage in chat box. Are you writing? Supernova explosions, celestial bodies, stellar explosions, right? Okay, let us explore. So we are talking about a supernova is a brief stellar explosion. This explosion is brief, but it is so luminous that it can briefly outshine an entire galaxy. Okay, while the explosion itself takes less than 15 seconds. Step number two. Tip number two. Two means the next step. If you come across words like while, that means this is one aspect of the situation. Please be attentive to this point. If any situation is giving while this was happening, that happened. While I was reading, he was playing. So the other part is very crucial, very important information from the question perspective. So while the explosion itself takes less than 15 seconds, this is one information given, but later information is very important. It takes weeks or months to fade from view. And during that time, a supernova can emit an amount of energy. It says can emit. Be attentive to this word, can emit an amount of energy equivalent to the amount of energy the sun is expected to radiate over the entire life, over its entire lifespan. Everyone, please answer me. Do you understand what I explained to you?
Yes.
If there is a situation while A, something has to be the other aspect as well. So the other part is very important. Be attentive to that. And again, you see the word was given can. I focused on this, right? Supernova emit an amount of energy and supernova can emit. There are two different situations. Okay, supernova generate enough heat to create heavy elements such as mercury, gold, and silver. Okay. Although, again, the same scenario which was there, although this scenario is going on, although it explodes frequently, but the later information is important. Few of them are visible from Earth to the naked eye. Okay. In 1604, this is important date. Why? Because one question is based on this. In 1604, there is a place name given, that's okay, Italy. A supernova became visible, appearing as a star so bright that it was visible in daylight for more than a year. Galileo, who lectured at the university, gave several lectures widely attended by the public. Widely attended by the public. The lectures not only sought to explain the origin of the star. Star means some people, give a term, and some posit that perhaps it was merely a vapor. According to few people, it was just a vapor near the earth that lasted for this long duration. But the later is important information, but seriously undermined the views of many philosophers that the heavens were unchangeable. Right? So this part is very important after but. This idea was foundational to a worldview underpinned by a central and all-important earth with celestial bodies merely rotating around it. So the crux of the part is, the passage is here. Talking about supernovas are intense stellar explosions, briefly outshining galaxies and emitting massive energies. They create heavy elements but are rarely visible without aid. right? When the line was given with naked eye. A notable 1604 event challenged the idea of an unchanging Earth-centered cosmos. Keywords are here: supernova explosions, galaxy energy, heavy elements, visibility, this and this. So, as of now, till today, the skimmed version and keywords I have given you so that you can get clarity what we are actually doing. But from the next class onwards, we will not be having keywords or skimmed version. You have to do it on your own. Let us go through the question number 1. It says the primary purpose of the passage is to. So first thing is to eliminate at least 2 options. What they are? Type in chat box. It gives a theory of supernova. Please answer. Two options that we can rule out. The first one, it is not simply giving a theory, because this is one aspect which is given there, not the entire situation, right? So we can rule it out. Describes a shift in thought as a result of a natural event. Yes, it is a good choice. We will hold it. Juxtaposed to opposing views about supernova. How many of you know the meaning of this word juxtapose? Do you know this? Yes, Akshay?
So it means to compare two contrasting ideas together so as to find out the differences between them.
Correct. Absolutely correct. To compare two things, two ideas. In abstract form, to compare some ideas, two ideas, more than two ideas. But the practical meaning is in a physical form. Let's say I have two pens and I'm putting the both pens in this way and I'm comparing. Let's say I have this pen and this pen, right? So I'm comparing both the pens by keeping like this, which is good. This is called juxtapose. Okay. So two opposing views about supernova, we can hold it, I guess. Corroborate the view that the Earth is not central to the universe. Can we rule it out? Definitely. The main focus is not on the Earth and its position. It explains how science and philosophy interrelate. This is also not the main concern. So out of B or C, the best option according to you guys, please tell me. Yes, definitely it is the second option, right? The second option here is written in a generalized way, right? But in the passage, the situations are given precisely. Right? This is the generalized phenomena which is given here. Question number 2, which can be inferred from the passage? Supernova can take over a year to fade from view. Prior to 1604, no one had ever seen a supernova. Galileo conceived philosophers to the incorrectness of their views. Both AC, both BC, what? So at least two options have to be eliminated. Please answer me.
I think we can rule out B and E.
B. Yes, it is being very extreme option. So next tip that you should write down in the in your page, if you come across any option that says only or no one, that means these are extreme options. So any extreme options has to be ruled out. That will not be the right answer. So write down the next point, P4, P5, whatever it is, that extreme choices should be avoided. No one had seen, we cannot say. B is ruled out. And if B is ruled out, this option is also ruled out. Now you are left with 3. A, C, and D. You just figure it out. Can C be the right answer?
No,
Galileo
sir.
conceived.
No, sir. Sir, I think C is also kind of extreme in its sense. It said that it undermined the study of like those philosophers, and like there was a scope of discussion there. He didn't render them incorrect.
Correct. Galileo did not convince anyone, right? He just showed his perspective, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right? So he did not convince anyone, and that is why C is ruled out. And if C is ruled out, this option is ruled out. So we are left with only first choice. So this should be your approach when you are opting in the paper, the real exam. And that's why after completing the syllabus, preparation from the mock test is very important. Is everything clear as of now? Please answer me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The last question for the day, the author mentions which of the following as a result of the supernova 1604. We will solve one more passage after this. Two options that we can rule out. The supernova created and dispersed the heavy elements out of which the earth and everything on it is made. Can we consider this?
A and D, I think.
Can we consider this? A, why should be ruled out? I just want to know your perspective. Please tell.
Sir, my perspective for ruling out A was that it was this particular fact was mentioned before the before the introduction of the 1604 phenomenon. So that's why, since it was just an introduction and was not a follow-up sentence, for the phenomenon in 1604, that was my logic behind it for ruling it out.
So you are saying that the question is asking about the effect of one phenomena, and this is not the effect. This is a cause, or
not really. It is
the cause.
So according to me, the passage started from a very introductory standpoint and went on to put its focus on the 1604 phenomena, and 2-3 lines more about that particular thing itself.
So the first one becomes redundant because Earth existed before 1604. It's telling that Earth was created after the supernova and everything like that. So it's redundant.
Okay, I have deliberately put this question in this way, and for this we will be having a proper discussion. Everybody please turn on the cameras. Everyone. Hi Ronak. Everyone. Hello Ashna. Indraneel.
Hello.
Okay. I just want to know the perspective that you find out here. Like, first of all, tell me the two options that we can rule out. Can we rule out the fourth option? Lectures were opposed by philosophers.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nowhere it is mentioned, right? We can simply rule it out without any problem. Those who thought the supernova was a vapor were proved wrong.
Yes, sir. This cannot be ruled out.
Because of this phenomena, they were proved wrong. No, it was just a perception that it might be vapor, right?
Right, sir.
We can rule it out. A, B, or C, the better choice. The public was interested in hearing lectures about the phenomena. We can consider this.
Yes, sir.
Please answer me. And Galileo explained the origin of supernova.
Yes, sir.
He has explained the origin of supernova, but this was the result of this phenomena. This is my question.
No, sir.
Right? So, But out
I
of
think C would be the right answer because as a result of the supernova.
go on.
Hi, thank you. I think C could be the right answer. Reason being that as a result of the supernova, which was very visible in Italy, people got interested in hearing about it. Before that, they wouldn't have been because there hadn't been a direct influence of that over the public unless it was visible over there.
Right. And what Ronak explained previously, that was also correct because this phenomena is not discussed previously, not later. So out of B and C, if you choose, the C is the better